Hello everybody, this is the fifth and final video on the TelNet VoiceView portal that we all have access to with our TelNet telephone system. And so I wanted to discuss with you today the user service settings, which you click over here on user service settings, and these are the services that are set up on your specific phone. By default, some of these are set up automatically, and you can tell by the green check mark over here if they're set up automatically. You see that there's 28 service settings that can be configured. Some of the most important ones we'll go through here really quickly. First off, call forwarding. You can set up call forwarding on your phone for calls to be redirected to a different number in the event that nobody answers. But you can also set that up here. Most people don't do this and wouldn't need to do this, but if you ever did need to set up call forwarding, you can do that here. You see what other ones important to know about. Do not disturb. There's a button on all the phones in the school district that's DND, do not disturb. If you push that and then people aren't able to reach you because you've turned on do not disturb, the first thing I'm going to go in is come in to your settings and see if do not disturb is on. If do not disturb is on, obviously calls go to voicemail, but it's also important that you do not turn on do not disturb unless you've got a good reason to do so. Otherwise, in the event of an emergency, you wouldn't be reachable, and that could end up being very bad. So do not disturb feature is there. Down here you have selective call acceptance and selective call rejection. Nobody in the district has selective call acceptance turned on by default. If you turn this on, it's only going to allow the numbers that you decide to come in, and that could be very problematic. I wouldn't set this up, and I'd suggest you not set it up either. But selective call rejection is pretty easy to set up, and if you wanted to block numbers that are calling you, most phones in the district don't get outside calls by default, but if your phone does get outside calls by default and you're being bothered by people who are able to get through on your phone, you can click in here and selectively reject those calls by entering those phone numbers into a list. And you see, you go in here, you'd say, you'd enter the number or calls from, right? You'd say specified, and then you'd enter the specific number, and then once you entered a specific number and click save, those numbers would never be able to reach you again. So that's an important setting to know how to modify. Speed dial 8 is pretty cool, and if you set this up on your phone, you can identify a number of calls. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like you can. It's called speed dial 8, so it's 8 numbers that you can identify, and you put in a number here. If you said you wanted to be able to call 3856, which is the tech director's number. Now the phone that we're using as our guinea pig phone, if somebody dials the number 2 and initiates the call, it's automatically going to dial 3856. So that's something that you can configure up to 8 speed dial phone numbers for your phone. So it looks like there's going to be another video after this because I'm running out of time on this video. So tune in next time for the 6th video.